are you? Here with Jim Morrison, Director of Marketing for Jeep. Thank you for having us here in the outback in Texas. The perfect scenery for Jeep.
Oh, it's great. The new Grand Cherokee is fitting in, feeling right at home here in the outback in Texas.
So this is the new Jeep Grand Cherokee, but it's like the last generation came up like about a couple years ago only.
Yes, we launched the all-new Grand Cherokee in 2011 model year, and we've got a significant update here for 2014 model year.
So what's in that upgrade for this year in this car?
You know, we did basically 5 things. We improved the fuel economy across the board. There's a new 8-speed transmission, which you're feeling now, and off-road it's got some great capability.
Well, this is testament to it. We're like, it's amazing the things that this car can do, like
45 degrees.
45 degree coming
easily,
down with hill descent and all that. Like, that's amazing.
You've got a 44-to-1 crawl ratio, and it's putting the power to the ground pretty effectively here, as you can see. You know, and then we've got the new Eco Diesel. So the 3.0 liter Eco Diesel gets 30 miles per gallon on the highway, we estimate, and that'll give customers 730 miles range.
Wow, that's a lot.
Incredible range.
I can probably drive from where I'm based in Miami all the way to the peninsula of Florida and still have some gas. Like,
yeah, you can almost get back to Detroit with one stop for fuel from Miami. It's crazy.
That's amazing. So the first diesel engine for Jeep in this, well, actually for the Chrysler Group in a passenger car, right?
We've actually been running the same 3.0 liter diesel in Europe for a couple of years, but we're introducing it here for the North American market just now with this 14 Grand Cherokee.
And so you said 5 things: the new design, the new engine, the
added capability with the paddle shifters and the crawl ratio, improving the off-road performance of the Jeep. We've also added luxury to the with the new Summit model with you know, lots of really nice new leather interior with a stitched real leather dash, open pore wood, and you know, lots of luxury for sure. We've had a lot of technology too for 2014. You can see the off-road screens on the 8.4-inch you know, Uconnect system. With you've got a nice system with the 7-inch TFT. You can see the articulation that each of the vehicle wheels are going through here off-road, and there's lots of added technology, voice to text, you know, Bing searches, lots of things that, you know, are technology, but it's technology that makes our customers' life easier for sure.
And Jeep is having some of the best results recently, right? Like record sales all over the world, here in the US too. You're doing aggressive marketing in Europe. I noticed the Jeep logo in the Juventus.
The Juventus, right? the soccer players.
Yeah, the soccer team. I was watching this weekend actually before coming here. I said, oh, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're doing well too, which is great for Jeep around the world. But yeah, 2012 was the best year ever for Jeep. So over 700,000 units, beat our 1999 record of 675. So, you know, Jeep is our global brand for our company, one of our global brands, and it's really doing a nice job. As you know, the Grand Cherokee is doing well, getting a lot of new customers into our brand. Wrangler is setting records around the world as well, and closer to home, Compass and Patriot are doing well as well. We got a record for Patriot last year, and we set an all-time record for Compass sales around the world as well. So the whole lineup is contributing to the success.
Yeah, great thing. If you imagine where you were like just 3 years ago, 4 years ago, it's amazing progress, right?
Yeah, we haven't slept, but at least we've got good things going on at Jeep.
Well, thank you very much, Jim. We really enjoyed this off-road testing, and we're gonna keep driving the diesel, which is really amazing.
Oh,
vehicle.
Have fun. It's
Thank you.
Thank you.
Grand Cherokee is one of the best vehicles in Chrysler's lineup today. It's stylish, very well built, and it's surprisingly good to drive whether you're on road or belly deep in mud. But good vehicles are a lot like dairy products. If you leave them out too long, they spoil. Not keen on letting a good car curdle, the grandest of Cherokees received a pretty substantial refresh for 2014. Now, this luxury SUV is just as handsome as it's ever been, but its most exciting and significant updates are actually underneath all of that stylish sheet metal and injection-molded thermoplastic olefin. Now, since it's the middle of December and we're shooting this little feature here in southeastern Michigan, literally just a stone's throw away from Chrysler HQ, I'm going to save your time and more importantly mine by not talking about the exterior styling of this Jeep here. You can tell it's a handsome enough vehicle and really that's all you need to know. Plus, its most interesting features are actually found inside, things like heat. Oh, that is so much better. Let me tell you. The interior of this high-end Overland 4x4 model is absolutely lavish. The dashboard and door panels both are covered in soft leather with stitching, and then the seats, they also feature perforated cowhides and this beautiful contrast piping. There's also beautiful wood trim that you could say spruces things up. In the Grand Cherokee, quality abounds, from the fit and finish to the materials to the way everything functions. It's all very well done with two minor exceptions. One are the seat heaters, which I find to be pretty ineffective in this cold weather we're having, and the other is the gear shifter, which is just too fiddly. Now, the back seats are spacious, no complaints there, and there's plenty of cargo room with more than 36 cubic feet behind the back bench. Dominating the center stack is Chrysler's familiar Uconnect 8.4 infotainment system. Just like in the Dart GT I sampled not long ago, it works pretty brilliantly. This setup is speedy and simple, with no performance hiccups or confusing menu structures to quarrel with. There's also a gigantic reconfigurable display in the instrument cluster. But unlike in the Dodge, this Jeep's standard background image looks like dried, cracked mud or a close-up of someone's psoriasis-afflicted skin. Ew. Now, even with all of those luxury features, the Grand Cherokee is still very much a Jeep, which of course means it's trail-rated, and you could practically storm the beaches of Normandy with this thing should Nazis overrun Europe again. Now, giving it those mountain goat capabilities is the company's Quadra-Track 2 four-wheel drive system. That gets you a low-range transfer case as well as an adjustable air suspension, so you can raise or lower the body as you want, and this thing will actually drop a little bit when you're out on the highway for better aerodynamics and, of course, improved fuel economy. Now, there's also a knob located here on the center console that controls the Select Terrain system, and this actually gives you 5 separate driving modes for all kinds of different situations. There's a setting for snow or sand or even a dedicated rock crawling mode. Base price for an entry-level Grand Cherokee Laredo 4x2, the cheap one, is just about $30,000. But this very high-end Overland 4x4 costs nearly $50,000 large. These prices, of course, include $995 for destination and delivery because we don't want you to do any unnecessary math. Under the hood, this model is powered by Chrysler's smooth-running 3.6-liter Pentastar V6. It delivers 290 horsepower with 260 pound-feet of peak torque, and it's matched to a bleeding-edge 8-speed automatic transmission. If a V8 is more your thing, you can opt for a 5.7-liter Hemi or a 6.4-liter Bruiser in the SRT model. The latter option has 470 horsepower and nearly as much twist. But that's not all. The dark horse option is a 3-liter compression ignition V6. Chrysler's Eco Diesel puts out 240 ponies, 420 pound-feet of torque, and delivers a whopping 30 miles per gallon highway. Now, the Overland I've been sampling isn't nearly that economical, but it stickers at a still respectable 24 mpg on the interstate and 17 around town. Combined, it ought to hit 19 miles per gallon. In day-to-day usage, the Grand Cherokee here provides an on-road driving experience that's nearly as nice as its cabin. The drivetrain is really smooth and responsive, and that 8-speed automatic transmission really makes the most of the Pentastar's available ponies. Now, as you might expect, acceleration right off the line is a little bit tepid. After all, this is not a Mopar big block, but once you get the tachometer needle pointing upward, the pace quickens noticeably. With 8 ratios in the stack, there's plenty to choose from, and with paddle shifters, you can drop 4 gears and still have 4 more to play with. There's so much choice, it's almost like a Chinese buffet in here, but with cogs instead of lukewarm lo mein. So, in my humble opinion, for whatever that's worth, the 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee Overland 4x4 is not merely a great SUV, but it's also an excellent all-around vehicle. You can bash rocks off the underbody of this thing, yet it'll still coddle passengers.